everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have my thoughts on the finale of The War Between the Land and the Sea. And this was a very good episode to end the show on, because from the ending alone, that's it. It's over. There is no way they're going to bring this back. It was ended quite conclusively, with very little chance for a second season, I think. I would actually go out on a limb and say that it's not going to happen. I'm not going to talk too much about the ending, because it was quite, again, it was very much conclusive, and I can't even say it was a all's well that ends well kind of ending. It really kind of wasn't very all's well that ends well at all. But yeah, this episode was really good. The stakes got very high very quickly. There was actually a bit of a time skip between episode 4 and this one. How much of a time skip exactly? I think it was about, I think they said 5 months. So it has been, so there was quite a gap between the end of episode 4 and the start of episode 5, which was quite surprising actually. But given the title, we actually needed, I suppose, a bit of a war to happen between the Sea Devils and the humans. And, well, this war got very intense very quickly. Yeah, it was a very intense episode for the most part. It did slow down a lot at the end, especially when the war ended, because, well, that's always how the show's going to end, let's face it. So once that happened, it started to very much slow down a bit in terms of pacing, but that first half of the episode was pretty fast-paced given everything that was going on. But, honestly, this show, I really enjoyed it. If you're a Doctor Who fan, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I will admit, there was very few references to the Doctor. In fact, I think the Doctor was only referenced in episodes 1 and 5. I don't remember any references in episodes 2, 3 and 4, but that's my memory for you. It's not the best, so there very well could have been a reference in episodes 2, 3 and 4, but I just don't remember them. But I do remember ones in episode 1, and obviously in this episode, because I have just finished watching it at the time of recording. But yeah, this show, really good. Really enjoyed all the characters, returning and new. And I very much liked the fact that there was more new characters than returning. In fact, the only 3 that were returning, really, were Kate Lethbridge-Stewart, of course, who's been in Doctor Who since 2011, under the Matt Smith era. And then, of course, we had Shirley Bingham, who, of course, was introduced during the Gatwa era, and Colonel Ibrahim, also introduced during the Gatwa era. But everyone else, new characters, and I loved that. And I'm hoping that whenever the next Doctor Who spin-off comes out, we get the same thing. A couple of returning characters here and there, but mostly new. Much like we got with the Sarah Jane adventures, the only characters really that were pre-established were Sarah Jane herself, K9, and of course the Doctor when he made his occasional appearances, both as the 10th Doctor and the 11th. And did the show need this? Did this show need the Doctor? No, it didn't. It functioned perfectly fine on its own. Maybe we could have had a cameo at the end, maybe just the TARDIS kind of landing on Earth, but didn't really need that. And you know what? That's fine, because as I've mentioned before, we don't actually have a Doctor at the minute, technically, because we're between Doctors right now. We saw Gatwa regenerate into Billy Piper, so what's going on with that, we don't exactly know. We'll probably find out next year with a Christmas special. Kind of mad to think that, you know, we're not going to have any more Doctor Who content for a year. Not the first time that's happened, by any stretch. You know, I can't imagine what being a fan in the 90s was like. Yikes. But yeah, honestly, this show's really good. If you have about 4 or 5 hours spare, I would definitely recommend giving it a go, because that is genuinely how long it will take you to watch the whole thing. Roughly, give or take about half an hour, maybe, I don't know. But honestly, if you have a few hours spare, give the show a watch. It's not too bad. It's nothing spectacular, I will admit. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it It was okay. Again, this is the first Doctor Who spin-off we have had since, well, the Sarah Jane Adventures. Like, that was the last one, because for a good while we just had Doctor Who. But now those days are over, and spin-offs are back, so hopefully there are many more where this came from. Anyway though, that'll do it for this video, so please like the video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link is down in the description, my sub button is down there. Please click those, down the bells, to get both sets of our notifications, comments as well, because why not, and let me know what you thought of this show, and what are you hoping to see in the next Doctor Who spin-off, and what are you hoping for when Doctor Who itself returns. Once you've done that too, please follow me on my social medias. They'll be in the link tree in the description below. That is going to be Roxanne's website. And lastly, please do share this video with all your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!